Okay, I had something else in mind to talk about, but after going through what I learned this morning, I decided to talk about something else. Especially after I saw that video about how our emotional, what we think and what we feel affects our physical being. And also after Dano told us about the story, and he said that it's good to share something personal. So I decided to share something personal, something that happened to me in real life. About 3 years ago, I was involved in a motorbike accident. It was pretty bad because I was in hospital for 2 months. This will lead me to my passion. At first, it was just a normal swelling of the knee, and the doctor didn't know what happened because when your knee is swollen, they couldn't do anything to it. So they decided to put my entire left leg in a cast. Okay. After 2 weeks, they took the cast off, and what do you think happened? My entire leg was swollen twice the size, from the foot all the way to my hip. And they did a scan, and apparently there was blood clot, and it went all the way up to my stomach. And I had acute and severe deep vein thrombosis. And they were worried that I can develop embolism. That means, blood clot, it hardened up, right? So it can break, and those pieces of blood can travel up the bloodstream, and it can either be dislodged in my heart, or can go up to my brain. So for 2 months, every single day, I was given this medication called blood thinners. I was under warfarin because they really had to thin my blood down in order to dissolve the blood clot. So every day there was injection in my stomach and in my everywhere. And during that 2 months, I developed an infection because I had a fever that couldn't go down for 2 weeks. So they brought in an infection specialist and everything. So it was really a tough 2 months. I was depressed. I think I underwent all the negative emotions that we talked about. And it didn't end there because after I got out of hospital, for 1.5 years I was under that medication, warfarin. It thinned down my blood, but there was a side effect because if your blood is thin, then it cannot clot. So I couldn't get injured. Because whenever there was an injury, then the blood just couldn't clot. So, to cut long story short, after 1.5 years, after going through all the depression, after losing my job, because I was working in a software house then, and what they see is whether you can produce or not. And if you're not at work, then you have to go. And my relationship didn't turn out so good. And I had to pull myself out of that depression. And after 1.5 years, the doctor told me that, okay, you can start running again. You can start doing slow exercises again. And I began to do I started walking, and I started to run short distances. And I wasn't a runner at all because even in secondary school, during cross country, I would either hide or, take the cut shot. So I began running more and more, and I took part in all the runs. And like last year, I took part in the Mizuno run, I took part in the Army Shirt Speech run, I took part in the Stand Chart Marathon, I took part in the Thai Fox run, all the ones I can take part in. And this year I'm going to try for the first time to take part in the full marathon. So that's my passion now and how I developed that passion. Thank you very much.
Fantastic! Finish!
Okay, good afternoon.